Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the YouTube channel of the Tadros brothers. Today we're going to talk about how to survive a bear run, my personal take on that, and we're not in a bear run. Directly here from Puerto Escondido, Mexico, I'll give you my take on how to survive a bear run. Stay there. Hello everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel of the Tadros brothers, ODYSEE channel as well. My name is Daniel Tadros. Here we look at society and we look at current news in a spiritual way, also in a technological way, to try to affect the future, try to create the new future with cryptocurrency. But our specialty here is governance of the future. Well, we still want to be governed in the future. Will governments still be there? Is government a monopoly that just doesn't make sense anymore? Like, what's happening with government? This is what we cover here, right here. And we cover, especially through the lens of cryptocurrency. So let's get right into the subject. We've had a big correction as following Elon Musk's tweet that we couldn't pay in Bitcoin and stuff like that. So it was all the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and whatever. So a lot of coordinated news to make people shake out the weak hands. So the market is climbing back up, but there's many things we got to keep in mind in the bear run. The bull run, the peak of the bull run is always 500 and some days after the halving. This happens in September. Note that. This is when the bull run will finish. Following that, we will have a bear run for approximately 3 years, 4 years. The halving will happen in 2024, and 500 days after the halving, we'll have another peak. The highest point of the bull run, 500 days after the halving. Got to keep that in mind. So between every bull run in the super cycle, there's a bear run. And this is what we're having here. We're having a correction. This is like a pretty deep correction, 50%, 60%. It is not the end of the bull run. This is not the end of it. And we can see it clearly. We expect Bitcoin to go to $200,000 to $300,000 in its peak at the end of this bull run. It'll probably go to September, maybe March. We don't know exactly, but we know the tendencies, and we know how it's supposed to be structured, because we know what the supply is of Bitcoin. That being said, there are many tools to go through bear runs. First of all, I would suggest that you always take profits when you can. When there's a coin that goes more than 30% on altcoin, take the profits. Put them in BTC, put them in Etherium, or put them in USDT or a stable coin. So that way you don't lose your gains. Get a ledger or a treasure so that you could put stuff in cold storage. I would suggest that you do this slowly do an exit strategy when there's a big bull run. The last 3 weeks of the bull run, say all of September, we have 100% increase every week. It's incredible. And that's where you make the most profit, but you can't really time the end. You don't know the end, so you can get wiped out with all your profits in 1 second. So it's important to have a very solid exit strategy. This is my exit strategy that I'll be doing, inspired by Bitboard Crypto. Is I start taking away profits 1%, 5%, 1% a day, or 2% a day. Start putting stuff away, because it disappears in 1 second. The profits that you made, the huge profits that you make, disappear. You get a big correction, and then it stays there. So that's very hard to deal with. But there's also a few other tools. Here are the other tools that are available for us. There's staking, there's savings, and there's also swaps, liquid swaps, liquidity pools, stuff like that. On Binance, there's a lot of possibilities, some great possibilities. You could make up to 37%, 40%, 50%, 100% of what you're putting away. Kind of a good way to make money if you have a few $1,000s. Put it in there, and it still keeps on making money while the markets are placing themselves. I'm using that a lot these days. You could also go on some chains like the Matic chain, give some liquidity to the chains. You do a pair and you give some liquidity. Those give very high yields. Not an expert in that, but I'm slowly getting into going on the actual chains. Like you go on the Solana chain, you go on the other chains, on the Binance chain, and provide liquidity for a high return, because they need the assets, they need the tokens to do things on those chains. All right, this was my take on how to survive a bear run. Hope you guys like it. Daniel Tadros for you guys. If you guys want to make a donation, don't hesitate to do so. We're back here almost every day with some videos to help you guys out with cryptocurrency and how it will affect the future, but especially governments. See you guys. Take care.